Good day, everyone, and welcome to my kitchen. This is Ma'am Maryvick, once again, your TLE teacher for today. I am here to guide you in your learning journey about TLE 10 Cookery. Be sure to have your self-learning module. Are you ready to listen? Great! Our topic for today is about market forms of egg and its uses. Are you ready, learners? Okay, that's great. Before we start with our lesson for today, let's have a review of what we had discussed last week. We had learned about standardized recipe and its different parts. Let us recall them. Standardized recipe is a set of written instructions used to consistently prepare a known quantity and quality of food for a specific location. It will produce a product that is close to identical in taste and yield every time it is made up, no matter who follows the directions. Now, here are the parts of a standardized recipe. Here is an example of a standardized recipe. Let us identify the different parts. First, we have the menu item name. It is the name of the given recipe that should be consistent with the name on the menu. Next, we have the total yield. Alright, so it is the number of servings or portions that a recipe produces, and often the total weight or volume of the recipe. Next, we have the portion size. It is the amount or size of the individual portion. Next, we have the preparation procedures. It is the specific directions for the order of operations and types of operations such as blend, fold, mix, and saute. Next, we have the cooking temperatures and times. It includes the HACCP or the hazard analysis, critical control points, and limits to ensure the dish is cooked properly and safely. There you go. Alright, so for our topic for today, the learning competency is prepare and cook egg dishes. The learning outcome is identify the market forms of egg. For the content standard, the learner demonstrates an understanding in identifying market forms of eggs. For the performance standard, the learners independently identify and buy different market forms of egg. To start with our lesson for today, let's have a self-check first. Self-check 2.2. It is included in your module. This is the direction. It is a modified true or false. Write true if the statement is correct, and if not, underline and modify the words or phrase that makes the statement wrong. Then write the appropriate or the modified word at the space provided or on your answer sheet. Let's start. Number 1. Pasteurized eggs can be used or cooked if serving high-risk populations? Write your answer. If your answer is true, then you are correct. Good job. Number 2. Frozen eggs are made up of high-quality fresh eggs. Is it a true or a false? Write your answer. If your answer is true, then you are correct. Great job. For number 3, fresh eggs are seldom used because these are not commonly sold directly to the consumer. Is it a true or a false? Write your answer. If your answer is false, then you are correct. Okay, so we will change the fresh, and the correct answer is dried eggs. Alright? Well done! Next, number 4. Products containing egg yolk usually have salt, sugar, or corn syrup added to prevent coagulation during freezing. Is it a true or a false? Write your answer. If your answer is true, then you are correct. Good job. Next, number 5. Organic eggs are similar to fresh eggs. Is it a true or a false? Write your answer. If your answer is false, then you are correct. Organic eggs are not similar to fresh eggs. Well done! Number 6. Fresh eggs are produced from whole eggs by a spraying drying method. Is it a true or a false? Write your answer. If your answer is false, then you are correct, because dried eggs, not fresh eggs, are produced from whole eggs by a spraying drying method. Next, number 7. Whole egg powder can be used as substitute for fresh eggs or to produce protein-rich food products. Is it a true or a false? Write your answer. If your answer is true, then you are correct. Next, number 8. An egg replacer is ideal for baking or a combination of ingredients that work to replicate the action of eggs in a recipe. Is it a true or a false? Write your answer. If your answer is true, then you are correct. Very good. Next, number 9. Commercial egg replacer contributes much of anything in the way of nutrition. Is it a true or a false? Write your answer. Alright, so the answer is false. Because commercial egg replacer don't contribute much of anything in the way of nutrition. Alright, so next number 10. The bad things in commercial egg replacers is that if you are trying to reduce your calorie intake is of better use. Is it a true or a false? Write your answer. If your answer is false, then you are correct. The good things in commercial egg replacers is that you are trying to reduce your calorie intake of better use. Alright, well done, my dear learners. You did a great job on that. Alright. Let me allow to discuss the market forms of egg. It's a must for us to understand that quality determines the acceptability of a product to potential customers. The quality of eggs and their stability during storage are largely determined by their physical structure and chemical composition. It is important, therefore, that those concerned with the handling of eggs are knowledgeable about this information in order to understand why eggs need to be treated in specific ways and to have a rational basis for day-to-day marketing decisions. All right, so eggs are sold in several process forms, bulk or fluid, whole eggs, which sometimes include a percentage of extra yolk to obtain a specific blend, egg whites and egg yolks. Next, market forms of egg. First, we have the fresh eggs. Yes, all right. So, what are the characteristics of a fresh egg or shell eggs? 1. It may be purchased individually or by a dozen or in trays by 36 pieces. Look at the illustration. Alright, so this shows a sample of fresh eggs or shell eggs. Next, frozen eggs. Alright. It made of high quality fresh eggs and an egg with extra yolks and whites. Okay, so pasteurized, thawed before use. Alright. Next, this is a sample of of frozen eggs. Okay. Next, we have so when you say pasteurized eggs are used in preparations such as salad dressings, egg milk, or the desserts, where the traditional recipe may have indicated that the eggs should be raw. All right. We have the frozen egg products, on the other hand, are used as ingredients by food processors. All right. Next, we have the dried eggs. Dried eggs are seldom used. Their whites are used for preparing meringue. Okay? So, in layman's term, we pronounce this MERINGUE as merengue, but the proper pronunciation of this is meringue. So dried eggs are used primarily as ingredients in food industry. They are not commonly sold directly to the consumers. All right. Next, we have the dried eggs. Dried eggs are also sold and may be useful for some baked goods or in certain circumstances. Okay. Then next we have the egg substitutes. It may be entirely egg-free or may be produced from egg whites with dairy or vegetable products substituted by yolks. Now, let me continue the discussion to the next topic about the uses of egg, especially in the culinary or in the cooking industry. Certain foods play a major role in cooking. One of these is the egg. It can be served as a main dish, as an accompaniment to other dishes, or as an ingredient in an item. Due to such versatility, the egg is considered a primary ingredient in culinary preparation, providing moisture, structure, and richness in dishes. It also an emulsifier and aerator when properly handled and used. For food service industry professionals, culinary students, chefs, it is very important to get familiar with the egg's such characteristics. All right, so you cannot only eat eggs on their own. That's true. But you can use eggs in the preparation of other dishes. In this lesson, you are expected to identify the unique properties of an egg. An egg can help us bind ingredients, give volume to batter, emulsify liquids, thicken a sauce, provide flavor, clarify a liquid, and even add a nice color or glaze to certain dishes. As you go on with the activities, try to explore and give your own ideas and observation about how eggs help us in culinary arts. I know you can do it, my dear learners. Alright, for number 1, we have the cooked and served. So here, we can cook it and serve in the shell, the hard-boiled, yes, the poached egg, the fried, as scrambled, and one of our favorite, omelette. All right. Next, in the shell, there is a certain time, all right, on how you are going to cook the egg. For soft-cooked, 5 minutes simmering. For hard-cooked, 15 minutes simmering. For poached, Cooked in simmering water, then addition of salt and vinegar hasten coagulation. Alright. Then for fried, cook low to moderate temperature. For scrambled, addition of sugar delays coagulation. The addition of liquids and acids, it decreases the coagulation point. Right? Yes. As scrambled here, the addition of sugar delays and coagulation. And we have the addition of liquids and acids that decreases coagulation point. Now, next. Eggs as emulsifier. The lecithin and the lysolecithin, they are responsible for the remarkable ability of egg to act as an emulsifying agent. The lecithin and the lysolecithin, they are both phosphoproteins that containing polar and non-polar ends. So what's this polar and non-polar ends? When you say polar end, it holds water. When you say non-polar end, it holds the fats, thus prevent oil droplets in suspension for coalescing. And next, as a binding or thickening agent and gelling agents. Yes. So, it contains proteins that are easily denatured by heat. Using whole egg requires lower coagulation temperatures, resulting in a stiffer gel. In addition of sugar, raises coagulation temperature, producing softer and weaker gel. Softer gel is produced with the addition of scalded milk and acid. Alright. Then, in cooking custard, the bain-marie double boiler or steamer is used to avoid boiling, which can produce a porous custard. For soft custards are produced by constant stirring. Okay. Then, egg as a foam. When egg is beaten, albumin is denatured. Air is the important factor here. So it is incorporated as white is stretched into thin films. The next, with continued beating, the air cells are subdivided and volume is increased. Okay, then protein network dries up and stabilizes the gas as to form an air, or the air will go beyond and then it will form a foam. And then we have number 5 as coloring and flavoring agent. So eggs add flavor and color to foods such as custard and puddings. It also gives an appealing color to the interior of baked goods like cakes. Our favorite cakes. Alright. So, now, let's have the task 3. Let's get connected. This is how it measures your understanding of the uses of eggs. So this is now the direction, my dear learners. We will identify the use of eggs applied in the following recipe. I will show a recipe and then you're going to identify the use of eggs by writing the following. A as foam, B as binding, thickening, and gelling agent, C as emulsifier, D egg cooked as is, then letter E, egg as coloring or flavoring agent. Are you ready? Great. Now, number 1 recipe. Ta-da! Are you familiar with this? Alright, yes. This is a mayonnaise. How egg is being used in making a mayonnaise? Write your answer. If your answer is letter C as emulsifier, then you are correct. Very good. Next recipe. Wow, one of our favorite. Egg pie. You are correct. That's an egg pie. Now, how egg is being used in making egg pie? Write your answer. If your answer is letter E as cooking, flavoring agent, then you are correct. Well done, learners. Next recipe. What is our next recipe? Let's take a look. Alright, every morning we love to eat this. Okay, so this is a poached egg. Poached egg, how egg is being used in making poached egg? Write your answer. If your answer is D as is, then you are correct. Good job, learners. Next recipe. Wow! One of our favorite breakfasts. Yes, you are correct. This is a pancake. How is egg being used in making pancakes? Write your answer. If your answer is as coloring or flavoring agent, then you are correct. Good job. Next recipe. Oh, alright. So we have one of our favorite entree. So this is a tortang giniling. Okay, so tortang giniling. How is egg being used in making tortang giniling? Write your answer. If your answer is as binding, thickening, and gelling agent, then you are correct. Very good. Next recipe. Oh, we can use this as appetizer or as an entree also. So we have the meatballs. How is egg being used in making meatballs? Write your answer. If your answer is as binding, thickening, and gelling agent, then you are correct. Good job. Next recipe. Alright, so this is a salad dressing. How is egg being used in making salad dressing? Write your answer. If your answer is as emulsifier, then you are correct. Great job. Alright, next recipe. As an, yes, very sweet. Icing. Alright. How egg is used in making an icing? And write your answer. If your answer is A as foam, then you are correct. Very good. We have the next recipe. Next is one of the sweets. It's a meringue. Alright. Meringue. How is egg used in making a meringue? Write your answer. If your answer is as foam, letter A, then you are correct. Very good. Then we have the next recipe. Alright, one of our favorite scrambled egg. How egg is used as scrambled egg? Write your answer. If your answer is D as is, then you are correct. Great job, learners! You really did a great job in answering that task. Well done! Alright, so next, for our homework or assignments. Okay, my dear learners, picture it out. Make a collage in a short size colored paper. Make a collage out of 10 pieces of pictures that will show the uses of eggs in culinary arts or in cooking and baking. Alright, so that would be all for today. Once again, I am Mom Francisca, would like to share from a wise old sayings, if an egg is broken from an outside force, life ends. If broken by an inside force, life begins. Great things always begin from the inside. Thank you so much for listening, my dear learners. See you next time. Once again, it's more fun in the kitchen.